minutes, as I literally just started the stream. But, yeah, we'll hopefully get things rolling once again. I did go back, while I was away, I did go back and I did watch Commensal's stream. He did lose it on the entry to Wuhan. Just about the first apex you have to clip. He did hit that, and I think just the car just snapped away from him. He did hit the wall, so he does have some damage. I don't know how much. Don't know how much damage he did. So it seems like he's on the return to the front. Doesn't seem like there's too much damage to it. He definitely did spin him around more than it usually would. So Campbell's on the back of Angelic. He hasn't made the move yet. He's pretty close down the Kemmel Straight. So hopefully Campbell can get around the Audi pretty soon. Leon is still in the pits after his spin at the top of Radion. Yoren still leads on a drive-through for Yarn as well, and that is a race killer. So he'll have to come in and serve that drive-through within the next 3 laps. Seems to be a small battle between Gary and Sherbers. Campbell's still on the back of AMGLH here, towards the front. Campbell's lost a bit of time, I will say, so he's probably made a small mistake somewhere.
Pit window is opening.
Pit window's open, 15 minutes to make your stop. That is only going to be only about 6 laps. Just about 6 laps to make your stop. So you don't have as many laps as you would at some other tracks to make the overcut work, if you're even thinking about that kind of strategy. Or even the undercut to work as well. But pit window opens, that means 30 minutes to go into session. There are only 11 people here. We've lost a few, which is very unfortunate to see. But Carmentals is going to pull into the pits. He said when he went off at Wuhan, he was sliding towards that outside wall at the end of the runoff. So he did hit the right rear side, but it doesn't seem like there's any damage to it. It could be me leaving the session and maybe resetting everything in terms of the visual damage on the car. But looking at it now, there doesn't seem to be any damage. So that shouldn't affect its pit stop and how long it is in the pits. But I did read in the Discord somewhere, it's not a 2-minute pit stop, so that's a whole lap. And with him already being behind the leaders by a decent margin, it wouldn't surprise me if Carmentos does go a lap down here. And obviously he'll get the lap back. When the guys ahead of him pit. But it's just, can he make up that time because he is doing the undercut right now. So he's out of the pits. That was a pretty quick stop, but now he's got to go through the entire the support pit lane, which is what it's called, the old pit lane, down towards El Rouge. And, so this is what takes a while. I mean, at least with Silverstone, we're just using the other pit lane. I mean, to use both of them, I feel like this is a bit much. So Joran's coming through Blanchimont now. Carmentos is definitely going to he's definitely going to stand on the lead lap. Joran stays out. See AMGLH come through. It's an Audi 1.2 at the moment. It's actually a Ferrari 3.4, so very interesting. Campbell, not Carmentos. Campbell pulls into the pits. He'll take his stop. Sherbert's coming through now. Bit wide through Blanchimont. There's a bit of a 3-car battle here between Sherbert, Black Arrow, and Gary. Who I do want to say they have overtaken, but Gary will pull into the pits out of those 3. So a few takers. It's alright. It's alright. Ebbo's coming through Stavilo. Just had to check. And a 30-second stop to go for Koch Esports for speeding in the pit lane. Wait. Am I correct in saying that Yarn got a drive-through for speeding? Because I know we got a penalty, and I know it was a drive-through, and I figured he was just speeding in the pit lane, so if that's the case, why does Koch get a 30-second stop go? Alright. This game is whack. It's whack, yo. It ain't hip. It ain't hip, dog. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hip. It ain't down with the kids, yo. I'm too young to talk like that. I'm only 19. So yeah, Joran's gonna stay out. So Carmentos has about the entire third sector of a gap, I would say, a bit less. So we'll see what Joran can do. AMGLH kind of falling off here, I will have to say. As Joran's gonna stay out. We'll see if AMGLH can make up some time on the undercut. No, he's going to stay out. He's got 9.5 minutes to make his mind on whether he wants to do the under or the overcut. And Bolton does get out of the way for Black Arrow. I'm going to say Sherbert as well. So Sherbert pulls into the pits. Black Arrow will stay out. I think that was Volts also pulling into the pits. Leon still in the pits as well after his El Rouge Radion crash. It's a beautiful helicopter angle. This is the first time I've seen a helicopter angle. Let's see Carmentos in the Lexus go through. It's saying he's in the pit lane on my end, and I really hope this doesn't, He definitely served his pit stop. Okay, this is getting a bit weird. Now I'm kind of a bit scared.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
Something's wrong on my end. Because he definitely served it. Oh, and he's lost it at Radion. He's backed it into the wall. No damage on my end, but that should definitely be some damage for him. They're both pulling out of the pits at the moment. And Pimentos has Alta forward from the session, or not from the session, from the track and back to the garage. I do feel like something is wrong on my end. Koch Esports will have to serve his penalty this lap, or else he will get about 120 seconds of penalties added on to the end of the race. So ANGLH has stayed out. Joran has pulled into the pits, and Black Arrow has now just pulled into the pits as well. So Joran he made the call as the race leader, so we'll see what ANGLH can do here on the overcut. So Black Arrow stop has been cleared. You see him jumping there. ANGLH just now coming through the end of the second sector. Actually, two Ferraris are going at it here, Gary and Sherbert. This is for P5. Both cleared of their pit stops, so this is a definite battle to the end. It's Black Arrow coming out of the pits, so ANGLH has now pulled into the pits to serve his stop. Joran just coming through Roussel, and now down through No Name, so he's got about, I'd say, half the track to drive still before. So Koch has been disqualified for speeding in the pit lane. Gonna be honest, I think that's the first time we've seen that. Very interesting. Very interesting. Alright. inevitable. I'm gonna get it at some point. Oh boy. Oh, don't tell me. Do not tell me. Game, please. Game, don't do this to me now. Please. Please, I beg of you. Same GLH, he's about halfway down the pit lane. This is going to be close. This is the battle for the lead, I do say. Yoran coming now down the straight. He's going to be going, I'd say, about I'd say about 1,000 miles an hour faster, it's going to seem like. And Yoran is going to take the race lead. AMGLH will now get full throttle. He'll take the straight line up through. And now AMGLH, he'll have a few lap pressure tires. But, I mean, the gap is in 84 seconds. That'll change in a moment here. It's about 9 seconds. So AMGLH has 9 seconds to make up in about 17 minutes. So that's about, if he wants to make a move on the last lap, that's about half a second a lap he's got to make up. Definitely doable from these guys. They are pretty quick. Campbell as well, he's in P3. He's about 9 seconds off of second place. So really good running here from Campbell. This time not running in P6. He's not the P6 merchant anymore in this race. Black Arrow running in P4, Sherbert in P5, Gary P6. The battle for P6 still going on. They're catching up to Black Arrow. So this definitely could be a three-way battle for fourth position. Ibosin comfortably in P7. Volts coming through Radion now in P8. Carmentalist Leon still in the pits. And Koch Esports, who was disqualified for not serving his drive-through. Twitter's going crazy. I'm going forward. My phone keeps going off. Keemstar, AJR, TTML, a lot of things. I made it a habit of myself to kind of like check the trending page on Twitter. After I saw like the boycott Coca-Cola stuff like last week, I was like, yeah, I'm just not gonna do that anymore. That's a scary page on Twitter. Is that trending page? And the only good stuff on the trending Twitter page is on Sundays when I friends are around, because then that's like the only hashtags that are trending is like the Bahrain Grand Prix and Charles Leclerc and stuff like that. The only day you should look at the Twitter trending page is that day. Why did I close it? That was the track map. Oh my god. Okay.
Pit window is now closed.
So the pit window is closed. As said by Mr. No Name. Call him John Doe. Mr. John Doe in race control. That has a ring to it. So AMGLH is not catching Yoran at the moment. The gap has increased by about a whole second. Ever since those pit stops. Campbell sitting in P3, still very comfortable. And it seems like Gary has fallen off the back of Sherbert, so possibly a mistake was made at some points. Oh, he's made him another mistake. Drifted Gary, drifted on, he can't save it. Boo. You gotta drift the Ferrari, Gary. Come on. That won't help his shards to finish in the top 5. As now I think we'll probably just have a 2-car battle between Sherbert and Black Arrow if Sherbert can get a move on. and catch up to the back. That is somewhat off. That is Volt off at Radion once again. Oh, and he's put it in the wall. Major damage as Ibo gets through. So major damage to the Ferrari of Volt. MGLH cut down the gap there just by about 3/10. I want to say going through the third sector, really taking a lot of curb there. I don't know how much you can take without it giving you a warning. There's the word. There's the sentence, I should say. So Campbell just coming through there, less bouncy. I should say that was less bouncy. Oh, yawn, great. Cool. Cars on track, and they're all pretty spread out. At least there's a car in every sector. Until Gary crosses the first sector line. Say not the most exciting race we've had this season, partly due to only having 14 at the start, and we only have 11. At least that are in the session. There's only 8 on track, so lost a few people. AGLH, he's okay, so now he's really starting to cut down the gap. I wonder if he was still trying to get those tires up to temperature and up to the right air pressure, because now he's down to 8.4 seconds compared to the 9 or even 10 seconds it was at one point. Campbell's really fallen off again, so possibly another mistake for PVR Campbell. And Black Arrow still being caught by P. Sure, but I do want to keep focus on this because it doesn't seem like anybody else is going to take any overtakes unless AGLH can get a move on and catch up to the back of Yoran. Okay, I'm going to try to get the excuse me. Gonna get the standings up here. We have to see if there's any battles going on for any sort of position. So Yoran at the moment is in P6. He's getting a lot of points over Leon, who has left the session. The gap was 5 points, so he's definitely going to jump Leon in the standings, possibly even Campbell. I know it's 35 for a win. But Campbell is going to score some decent points here. Let's take a look at Black Arrow. He has 34 points. The guy ahead is Tozo Canterbury, who is unfortunately not here. So definitely jump him. Most likely Chris Rock as well, as he has Alt F4. Booktel is not here. Kachi Sports is here and Gary is here. So at least Black Arrow could move up a few positions in the standings. Gary will move up a few as well, overtaking Chica. Not overtaking Sherbert, or Sherbert still ahead. There's a 5-point gap between those two. So everything's kind of winding down at the moment. Sherbert, he's right on the back of Black Arrow now. So this is definitely going to help him. Most likely overtake Savicki and possibly RJDW if he's scoring more than 9 points. 9 points would tie him with RJDW. Ibbo. Where's Ibbo? He could overtake GT Racer, but not Black Arrow. So Ibbo can possibly move up one position. I'm just going off of what position they're running now and like how close the guys ahead of them are. Where's the points? Volt's picking up some good points. He'll overtake PBR Packer, who's not here. So he's traveling to his family for Easter. Yes. Commensalist, he'll stay in P1 as he is the champion. But he'll be finishing in P9. He's only finished off the podium twice this season. That was in Paul Ricard and Zolder. Now it will be Spa, Leon, Will, there's not here anymore. But yeah, this is a P10. So Leon will possibly stay in P5. Oh yeah, we already went over this. Yoran will definitely get him. Possibly Campbell. Kachi Sports, being a small point, would not take up any points. But Sherbert's on the back. Black, yes. Oh, sorta. Half of what I was going to say. Sherbert's on the back of Black Arrow. Try saying that 5 times fast. The MGLH has definitely made a mistake. He's now 13 seconds behind Moran. And Campbell, pretty decently behind MGLH here still. Sherbert and Black Arrow really close to each other. Wouldn't surprise me if Sherbert can get the better exit out of the source here and try to make the move down into Lake Palm. 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go, so that's about 2.5 laps. Good leg work on this. It's still hurt. It's not stretching. So Sherbert's on the back of Black Arrow. This is going to be for P4. Sherbert pulls to the inside. Oh, that seems a bit early for me to pull to the inside to make the move, but it seems like it's going to work. He's got the inside for the corner. Black Arrow tries to defend, but he has to cut the corner. He's on to the big old sausage curves, and Sherbert will still be behind Black Arrow. I do have to say that position should be given to Sherbert, as Black Arrow did cut the corner. But Sherbert does seem to be quicker than Black Arrow, so it wouldn't surprise me. Or I should say, it would not surprise me if Sherbert gets around me. But if Sherbert does not, then I could see a steerage report coming in saying that Black Arrow should have given that position back. Campbell's caught up to AGLA, so there was another mistake made. So now we have a battle for seconds. And Campbell has now put his he's put his race face on. Oh, and AGLH always made a big mistake. And he's in the wall just before the bus stop. He better swing that thing around or he could possibly lose the podium. Campbell's gone through to take over second place. And a huge, costly mistake for AMGLH. Just getting too much on the exit curb there, out of Blanchimont. And that was a monstrous crash. And he's got some damage, so that's definitely going to slow him down. I don't know if he'll lose a whole front straight worth of time to these guys, especially now that they're so close and they're going to be battling into every corner they can. I don't really see that happening. But you never know, this race. This is definitely a series and a race that's definitely throws some wild cards in there, I should say. So yeah, the three guys that have been in the pits are still in the pits. Oh, please don't. Please don't. We're nearly at the end. Game, please. For the love of league racing, please just let us finish this race. So 2 minutes. Where's Yoran? So this should be the final lap. I don't really see him completing a lap in a minute 50.
Leaders on final lap now.
Yep, so race control, John Doe. John Doe in race control. He'll say this is the final lap, and I thoroughly have to agree with him. So Yoran starts his final lap. Campbell sitting in P2. That's Ibo right behind him, who is 2 laps down. AMGLH is in P3. He's not losing time to Black Arrow or Sherbert. Sherbert really fallen off there through the middle part of the lap. So he's on the back foot. He's got to make this a good final part to this sector. Get as close as he can through El Rouge and Bradion if he's going to want to make the move into Lake Como, which honestly is his best overtaking possibility. If not, he could just send it into the bus stop and see what happens there. This is the fight for P4. It's not a podium. It's not a podium position, but it's still some good points for either of these guys in the championship. So Sherbert, he is 4/10 back at the start-finish line. Black Arrow takes a bit of a cut there, I do have to say, as the timer is up. The race is officially over, but the battles aren't. Sherbert tries to peek to the inside, doesn't have the speed. Black Arrow cuts off any sort of chance Sherbert had there at the pump. And Yoran, the race leader. We had 3 winners this season, so I was right for what I was going to say earlier. We have 3 race winners: Carmencelis, Ben Gallagher, and Bruno. But now, in the final race of the season, he can take this momentum into next season if he's coming back. And at the world-renowned and famous Spa-Francorchamps circuit, FEL Yoran 32 is going to win here at Spa, the final race of the season. And a beautiful, beautiful win for Yoran. And you can see he is really happy about that one. Campbell coming through. Blanchimont now. AMGLH just sitting pretty in 3rd. And Sherbert and Black Arrow still going at it here for 4th place. Can Sherbert get the run? He's just trying to find as much tarmac as he can. Sherbert, his final chance. He's gonna try, maybe no. Can he do the over/under? Oh, I thought he had a fender there, but he didn't. Oh man, that was close. MGLH will finish in P2. Black Arrow will finish in P3. Or sorry, in P4. Sherbert will finish in P5. And a bunch of chaos is going on here. Campbell's doing some donuts. I think, I could be wrong. That's his first podium since Asano. And he had one at Monza to start the season. So really good result for Campbell there to get his third podium of the season. No surprise, Joran's doing donuts, his first win of the season. And a really good win at that. Ninja just kind of sitting there. Black Arrow's doing some donuts. Gary's going to come across the line now. The Ibo donuts is what we waited for, and it's the donuts that we're going to get until the server resets itself. You can see Sherbert doing donuts there. Oh, it's almost synchronous, isn't that? That's beautiful. Oh, bit of contact for the Bentleys. There's Gary doing some donuts, so everyone's getting into it. Campbell's big tails doing donuts, Bolt's doing donuts. Oh, I wish we could have this, that chopper camera we were having. Wish we could have had that for this right now. That would have been awesome. Final race results will be Joran, Campbell, and MGLH on the podium. Campbell picking up a miraculous P2. After MGLH spun it coming through Blanchimont. Black Arrow, Sherbert, Gary, P4, P5, P6, Ibo in P7, Volt in P8, Commental's P9, Yarn in P10, and then P11 is Chris Rock, I do believe, Leon in P12. I do want to say 13th was RJDW, and in P14 was Koch Esports, who did get disqualified. As always, disqualified drivers will always finish at the bottom of the list. So what a season it's been. It's been an honor, it's been a privilege to commentate over this season. I'm very happy that I got the opportunity to do this. This was very, very fun to do. Very good racing. Even if it at some races they made me wait almost the entire race for any sort of battles, it was still a lot of fun to commentate over this series, and hopefully I can be back for Season 2. Season 2 will start up very, very soon. Probably, I'd say, just about a month we'll get going once again. So as I said at the beginning, if you are interested in racing in League of Europe ACC PS4 Season 2, sign-up sheets should be up on the League of Europe Twitter in the coming weeks, so go follow them for all the updates on that. Even the PC side of things, if you're not a PS4 racer, if you're a PC racer, then I think that's still going to go on. Hopefully we'll have a commentator for that's this next season for PC. I don't know. We'll have to see. Campbell's car seems pretty happy there. It's jumping. It's got a little smiley face on it too, so that's nice. It is a break week for the PS4 side of things for F1. Are those fireworks? Those are fireworks. That's cool. So yeah, fireworks going off. So Monday, not March, it's April. I changed my calendar, but I didn't erase March. I haven't written April on it yet. So Monday, April 5th. I'll just go ahead and write that out real quick on the calendar. We'll be back on League of Europe for both of the F2 divisions. James Head should be going through through Division 1. And Division 2 should be Matt and the ever lovable Auto Gears Nolan, or JD Nolan. So if you're looking for some very, very funny commentary, go watch D2 on Monday. But as I said earlier, it's been an honor. It's been a privilege to commentate over this season. I can't wait for season 2 to start up with hopefully the same drivers. Hopefully maybe I'll see some new faces in this league next season. Definitely some new cars. I do know a lot of people are going to want to change different cars. Probably just a learning season for a few of these guys getting their feet wet with these cars. But hopefully I can be back commentating over this. It was a lot of fun. And hopefully I'll see you guys back watching this race or watching this season when it starts up again in the few weeks. I've been on Maverick, and I will see you guys next season to get things going here in ACC. Have a great weekend as always. Take care, be safe,
Green light,
and I will
give it all
see
you
you
can.
guys in the coming weeks.